begin. Officially, Nigerian protest has begun. The youth are now out to talk. Something was popping up in my mind. Earlier this morning, I was making a decision to head somewhere. And so when I came out of my streets, went out of the community, and then I met myself in the express road. When I met myself in the express road in Ogun State, I saw how scanty the roads are. I saw how scanty everywhere is. And I started asking myself, what is going on? Let us start with those people who have been protesting. As I speak to you currently, there was a live video they just showed on Instagram that from the Borno area, those who were protesting in Borno, they said the protest went out of hand. They just started it today. They just started protest today. And now the protest is out of hand in Borno. A lot of them are running. There's a lot of shooting going on. And then the people are running to find a safe space this morning because of the law enforcement who begin to shoot. According to the news we just heard from Borno right now, someone was showing a live video while they were running in Borno State. Protests that we started today. Protests, they started, not we, because I wasn't part of the protest. I was about going out to go do something, and when I saw how empty the road is, I saw how people were not moving around. All the road are kind of empty. All I could see is Nigerian police van. I'm like, okay, the best thing I need to do is to turn back and stay in my place, to respect myself according to myself. Well, for the Lagosians, those are the people that I even have a few questions to ask. To the Lagosians who are celebrating or protesting or whatever they are doing, my question is, where are your celebrities? Someone has come out today also to talk about it. Gary said, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Trust me, I know Gary is not from Nigeria. So, but today I'm talking about the protests going on in our country, Nigeria, currently. If you also have any question, Gary, you can ask me whatever question. We're having a crisis right here, and the crisis is, no, I'm from France. Oh, you're from France. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm happy to see you, or to hear from you, actually. So what happened now is that in the celebrity of Africans, thank you, in the celebrities that we have in Nigeria currently, it is unfortunate that none of them, we haven't seen any of them come live. We haven't seen majority of them on the protest ground. I'm still expecting to see. I think initially Very Dark Man has done his own video, but right now the protest has begun. I believe at least by this time we should be having a lot of news from Very Dark Man, from Seun Kuti, from every other celebrities, those ones who actually pushed for the protests. Why are we not seeing them? And I said that why do we start protests this morning, just the same morning, within the period of 7 hours, Borno is going out of hand. So Gary, what we are saying is that we are having issues in Nigeria currently, and they call it protests. People are protesting basically because things are difficult in the country. You know, the government just begins to increase or hike price ever since they get into power. They hike it for reasons known to them. but Nigerians do not understand the reasons behind it. A lot of us are speculating. Maybe they did it just so they can retrieve part of the money they spent during the time of election. Some of us are asking a question, maybe they just want to see us suffer. And a lot of people are dying, a lot of people are crying simply because of the hunger in the land. That is the cause of the protests. But my stand, I am also a Nigerian youth, but I made a decision not to be part of the protest, not because I am not supporting my people to go out and speak for themselves, but basically because I do not think that there was a lot of thinking. Yeah, thank you very much, the boy 49, and thank you, Gary. The only reason why I am not participating in the protest is basically I am not part of the protest today simply because there are issues that I think that the Nigerians are not putting their brain into to have a civil discussion, to be able to ask themselves what are the strategies they are going to implement to make sure there is a successful protest. Basically, because most of the protests we have had in the past, they are always being chaotic. Some activists has argued that protests might not bring to revolution, but it is about calling the attention of the government. And I've been asking also a question that if we are going to protest and certain people are going to die, we have to sacrifice some of our people to die on the protest ground, because most times that we protest, there's always anarchy, and the government end up taking certain actions, and you see people lose their life. And I'm asking myself a question: why do we continue repeating the same pattern and expecting a different result as Nigerians, as Africans? And then the question is this: a lot of Nigerians who are actually suffering, do not get me wrong, I wish peace for your country, amen. Please, no more war in Africa. I wish the same thing. I wish the same thing. Thank you, the boy, for your prayers. Nigeria, we need the prayers from every country, and we need support from every country. It doesn't necessarily need to be financial, it needs to be educative. And it seems as if our youth, majority of us, do not go through history to study what has happened in history. So when we have only one-sided person who has actually studied history, it is easy for that person to rally the other people up because they don't read their books and tell them that go and protest, this is your right, this is your civil right, and the rest of it, which I know it is true. But the problem is that it is more complex than just telling people to go protest. There needs to be a system and a strategy that needs to be set in place before things go out of hand, or for us to be able to accomplish something. Thank you very much, Gary. And I'm asking the Nigerian youth, we love parties, we love celebration. Right now, a lot of people do not have money to go for party, to go to celebrity stuff. Right now, where are the celebrities that we have been spending money to go to their shows? Where are they on the day of protests? Demonic John says that, but the government is making progress no matter how slow. Demonic John, please, I don't know, are you a Nigerian? I'm just asking, I want to know. Maybe you can elaborate why you think Nigerian governments are making progress. Maybe it's just been slow. Because not quite long, one of our refinery got burnt. That is the same part of the refinery, in my opinion, is the reason why the government hiked the price of fuel when they just came into power. I think that Nigerian government, in my opinion, are just doing things the way they please, simply because they understand that the people don't know the right actions to take. Feel the effect. Yes, so yes, my brother speaking. So that means there are particular things that you probably are seeing that the government is kind of making progress. For me, I would agree with you on one side, and on the other side, looking at it from the other perspective, I would say that it's taking a lot from the Nigerians also, because their progress are kind of slow. I wouldn't say that the government are not doing anything at all, but at least the effect, if they perhaps they have anything they are doing, it's not actually reflecting itself. And that is why it has pushed the people to a ground for them to say they have to come out and cry to the government. But I know definitely within myself that once the protests begin, there is going to be anarchy. There is going to be chaos. If you have gone through part of my video that I've made in the past, I have told Nigerians this over and over, that the protest is going to cause anarchy, is going to cause chaos. Maybe not anarchy, but it's going to be chaotic. The protest began today. As I'm speaking to you, the protest began today. It's not up to 7 hours. Some states are already shooting guns and people are running for their life. And I'm asking Nigerian youth, how do you think that, I expect that when people are hungry, people are supposed to be more logical in the way they think so they can get more things. I understand that hunger can make someone act a little bit in the other way of thinking, but it should make you a little bit logical. So every celebrity we used to have, a lot of people who are advocating that people should go out and protest, we haven't seen these people on anywhere for them to make any protest. Esther Mensah says, our African leaders supposed to be working for the people and not for themselves. I totally agree. And then she said, Africa is very rich and blessed, but it's been poorly managed. That's completely true. Absolutely true. But Esther Mensah, what I am also saying is this. Like you rightfully said, that our African leaders are supposed to be working for the people and not for themselves. So that means the interpretation is our African leaders are actually working for themselves. The reality is this: if you allow a thief into your backyard or a thief into your house, whatever he has to do it because you gave him the chance to do those things. Nigerian youth are the ones who keep giving the government the ability to do what they do. Before this particular individual who is in power, before he came into leadership, a lot of Nigerians, if not 70% of Nigerians, do not believe that he was going to be able to achieve anything. Basically, looking at his history, we do not have confidence in him with his historical past. With the things that he has done in the past, we do not believe that he can do anything positive. But because some people, they said he won the vote, but a lot of us still have a belief that if not because of tribalism, he shouldn't probably be in power. So the question is this: who put him in power? Yes, we can blame INEC for maybe manipulating something. Yes, we might say maybe in the electoral system there's a little bit of manipulation. But at least 40% of Nigerians are on his side simply because of tribalism. Who votes in? It is the Nigerian youth. When you make a decision, it's like we as Nigerians, we don't understand the meaning of a country. We think a country and a village are the same thing. And that's not true. A country is different from a village. When you choose a king in a village and the king is not doing well, it is easy for 30 or 100 people to just go after the king and fight the king. In fact, it is very difficult to even fight a king. Talkers of you talking about a president. Yes, as Nigerians, as Africans, we may honor a king more than a president, but it doesn't change the fact that the power of a king is more powerful than a president for the tenure that is going to spend on power. So the moment you make wrong choice of a leader, you have to pay the consequence for the choice that you make. We had 3 candidates: Peter Obi, Tinubu, and Atiku, and we made a choice. We know the history of Peter Obi. We have a result of Peter Obi. I am a Yoruba. Peter Obi is an Igbo. But yet, his profile that he has brought to the Nigerians prove that he probably might have a different agenda. We know of Atiku. Let's not go about that particular human being. But at least we know more about Tinubu. And we made a decision to pick that person. And now in the period of just 1 year, we are screaming and protesting. Is that not our fault? If we have to hold someone responsible by the protest, what are we doing to hold ourselves responsible for the choices that we are making as people? Whenever the country is moving smooth, whenever things are going fine, Nigerians will go to parties, go and throw their money to all celebrities. Right now, when Nigerians are going through hard time, how many celebrities do we see on the protest ground that are giving out their platform for Nigerian youth to be able to speak up so the world can know what is actually going on? I told people then, I said during the time of EndSARS, the reason why a lot of celebrities, few celebrities actually came out was simply because they realized that it was a police brutality, and in fact it is because whenever people come to their show and they want to go back, the Nigerian police might be holding some of their fans. And so when celebrity came out during the time of EndSARS, it was that they were fighting so that their fans will be able to keep coming to party. It's not because they are fighting for an average Nigerians. And that is the reason why you would also see that during the time that they are protesting, the moment celebrities come to a show or to the protest ground, they video themselves for 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, they leave. They leave the protest ground. And why is it that every time there is a protest and there is chaos and the military force or the law enforcement begin to shoot at a civilian, why is it that it is only the average people that die? Why are celebrities not dying? So these are the questions we are supposed to ask ourselves. Yesterday, what did they call her name? The First Lady of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's wife, First Lady, she was bringing out vegetables to show to Nigerians that, oh, let's go back into farming. And one of the activists, very dark man, was saying that we cannot go into farming. And he was saying that we are not supposed to go into that when the president when the First Lady was telling Nigerians that we have to go back into farming, man came up with a different point, and he says we can go into farming because of the insurgencies, because of the terrorists, and he gave his own reasons why we can go into farming. That is a way for him to counter the First Lady. And here is the question. I am in one of my property right now. Currently, I'm in one of my property right now. And if I turn back my camera, you are definitely going to see plantain trees here. And I have pawpaw over there. In any of my property that I find myself, I make sure I plant plantain, orange, apple, whatever I can plant. But now, Very Dark Man was giving an excuse saying that there is insurgency and there is terrorists that is not making the farmers to work. I totally agree with that, but that is to a certain degree. We have 36 states in Nigeria, and in the 36 states, how many states are being destroyed by the terrorists or the Fulanis? Maybe 10 states. So we have 26 states left. There is Lagos, there is Ogun State, there is Ibadan. There's a lot of states in Nigeria that they would not even allow the Fulanis to even come to their place to operate at all. But a lot of Nigerians are much in Lagos. The phones that Nigerians are using, certain phones cost over 1 million naira. Some of the houses that Nigerians are renting, that there's flood in all those houses right now whenever it rains, some of those houses cost 800,000 yearly. When I bought this particular property, is up to a plot of land in Ogun State. I bought this particular property for 230,000 naira. It is not enough to get iPhone 11, iPhone 10. I bought this particular property in 2021 or 2022. Now you can't even get this particular same property now. You can get it for 1 million naira. You can get it for 2 million naira. You can get it for 3 million naira. So the thing is this: are we being educated to use our money wisely, or are we all staying in Lagos so we can show each other that we have actually arrived? Because if the government in today's world, if Nigerian government give all of us 30 million naira, I bet you in the next 3 months, most Nigerians will still be poor. So please do bear with me. By 5 p.m. today, I will definitely be coming on live, because I can't continue with this network continuously breaking. It's not making me to be able to pass my message across. So please, for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. This evening, I'll be live with you all, and we would have a deeper, I'll be having an host with me, so we can, a guest, with me, and we can actually discuss more and dive into how we can make things work in Nigeria without necessarily going through certain routes that we are taking. I am not advocating that there shouldn't be protests. I am saying that if there are different methods at which we use in thinking as Nigerians, we can actually make progress. We do not have to put the future of our life in the hands of our government. The problem of a lot of Nigerians is that we keep putting our life in the hands of our government, and the government cannot save you. I haven't seen a nation who put their life in the hands of their government, and that's how they succeed. They become a better people. They have a better understanding, and this is the reason why when you call certain countries like JEW, for example, people say these people are very good when it comes to business. When you talk of Igbos in Nigeria, they have a different perception when we look at them. So same thing should be applicable to Nigerians, that we need to start thinking the method of how we can help ourselves. You don't necessarily need to have the whole world before you can make a change in your life. And that's what this discussion is going to be about. Iconic Jack from Kenya says, learn from Kenya. Youth are running the country. We probably will bring that up later today. Esther Mensah says, America, yeah, no one is above the laws. True. But that has to come with everyone coming to certain, let me put it this way, no one is above the law, but it is simply because everyone has their own responsibility and they take charge of their responsibility. When we look at Nigerians, true, but when we look at Nigerians, we would make the same mistake. These same Nigerians that you see them protesting today, when the individual might not even change his mind, but when there's another election, that same person will give them rice and beans, or give them 2,000 naira or 5,000 naira, and the next thing you see is they are still going to vote him, forgetting what they've experienced when he was in power. So we are going to be having this discussion African time by 5 p.m. today. So please, if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you all 5 p.m. African time, and we'll be diving deeper. Have a blessed day. See you in my next video. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.